You see her? You want to live like her? Just lying down doing nothing all day? Just pooping and eating? Yeah, that's where I go back to sleep. If you want to live like her, you have to make a bunch of money. I'm not rich, but I can give you a tip that can help you get some money. It's not easy though. You have to actually become uh, better at something. So, a tip to get more money: learn a skill. Yeah, I know it's obvious as shit, but there are a lot of people out there who they just really want to get lucky, or they want to get rich doing something that most other people can do. If the average schmuck can do what you do, or they can learn in an hour, your income's probably going to be limited. There's probably going to be an upper limit where you can't really make what you want to make because you're limited in your skill. You have the same skill as some average fucker over there, right? So learn something. Hey, AI is popular now. Maybe you should look into how to utilize that as a tool, something like that. For my own example, again, I only really speak about what I have done or know. When I graduated college, well, I did kind of have a skill that was better than most people's capabilities, but I made the mistake of enjoying my summer vacation in college or after college. So when I tried applying for jobs in the fall, everyone was like, "Hey, you're actually a great fit, but we want someone with more recent experience." Okay, I guess I won't get experience to have experience. So I keep getting fucked until I never get experience, and I have to change careers. Cool. So I did have a skill, but because of circumstances that were a little unbeknownst to me, you have to get a job before you finish college. Whoops. I wasn't able to use it. So what I did then, after doing jobs that anyone can do, no offense to the security at Yankee Stadium, but most people can just do that, right? I learned about personal training from a reputable source, National Academy of Sports Medicine. Got a legit certification. Again, it didn't exactly help me when I first started, but it helps you get a job, right? I had to study for several weeks, a few months, to get that specialization that most other people did not have. That got me in the door where I was able to learn more stuff, right? Now, for reasons I mentioned in previous videos, training didn't work out. That job is more about sales than training anyway, so I was also surprised. Whoops, should have learned that. Hey, maybe you should learn sales. But after that, a bunch of shit happened, and I started studying more information technology stuff because in high school, I was actually learning about that stuff. Messing with motherboards, resistors, packet tracer, command line. I did have, I did touch some IT stuff back in high school, so I figured let me try this again, and I picked it up a lot faster than I would assume most other people because I did have that experience with it, and I'm not a boomer on the computer. So with those things in mind, I kind of dove into IT, got more certifications, became a baby bitch IT guy. Oh, fix my monitor. I can't hear myself on Zoom. I'm gonna make a video on that stuff, my IT bullshit, because there's some funny shit that happened there. But I got there. Now, that is also a position where a lot of people can do it, but not right away. Most people are brain dead on the computer, so there's some skill to it, right? But on my own time during that job, I did also study other things to become more specialized. Getting into PowerShell and all this shit. So what I was able to do then is get a job that's very specific. Well, not super, super specific, but it's a subset of IT security. So that IT security is big, right? So if you get into a subset of that, it's pretty specialized, right? Then I was able to get a higher salary than what I was making over there. Not like I was making much over there, but point is, you have to have something to offer someone before you can make money. If you don't have anything to offer, why would anyone give you anything? You have to be lucky if you want to make money without having a skill. Or you have to be, yeah, I mean, you got to be lucky pretty much if you don't have a skill, right? Or you have to have good connections. Or you have to be an attractive woman. Don't write I'm sexist in the comments. You know I'm right. You have to have something to offer people, whether it's a skill or yourself or something. You have to be very good at something, very fast at something, or very unique at something. It's got to be something you can offer, either a company if you want to be an employee, or for consumers if you want to have your own business or something like that. If you don't have a skill, it's going to be tough. You're going to be kind of just grinding. And you kind of need that to bounce into other things, into better things, to make more money. I recently read The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. I recommend that book to everyone because it kind of, I mean, a lot of the stuff in the book, most people know, it's very hard to get rich off stocks and shit like that unless you put a lot of money into it, and various other things where it's almost impossible to get rich while you still have your youth, right? Most people can get a good amount of money by the time they're 70, but you're going to be spending all that money on hip replacement surgery, so what the hell's the point, right? Part of getting, again, I'm not rich yet. Part of getting to that point is having a skill, becoming good at something so you can morph that into more money, If you get super, super skilled at something, eventually there comes a point where the money you can gain from that greatly outweighs the time that you're putting into it. So, if you're doing something super easy, what's the minimum wage in the United States now? Like $8 or something? If you live in a big city, it's going to be closer to 15. There's only so much you can do with that, right? But if your skill is very high quality, specialized, the money to time ratio, it changes quite a lot, where you're not spending as much time in making the money anymore. And eventually, if you want to automate your own kind of business or process, whatever, there comes a point where you can just make money while putting in almost none of your time. But that takes time to get there. You need to be good at something. You can't just, no offense to miners, the guys in the mines, not the children, but they can't really scale that up to a bunch of money. Their time is going to be their money regardless, and they can be pretty skilled at that. I'm sure there's specific stuff physically that can get you a lot of money. Like if you work on an oil rig, I think those guys make a shit ton of money for like 2 months of work or something like that. Don't quote me on the money or time, but you get paid a lot if you do something that no one else can or wants to do. So just think about that and think about a skill you can build to then turn that into more money so that your time isn't necessarily tied to the money that you make. Basically, get good, as the kids say, and then you can make more money. If you don't better yourself in any way whatsoever, who's going to want to pay you a goddamn cent? Think about that. Look at it. This motherfucker doesn't know shit. They know the same shit that these 3 billion other motherfuckers know. Why should this person get any extra money? Good question. So change it up. Do something. Become better and you'll make more money. Or play the lottery. Pick the right cryptocurrency. Get lucky. That's the only other way. Or know someone. Have a rich family, I guess. But beyond that, get better. Get good. Make bank.